Hello and welcome back to the Solihull Radio Rock Show. It is I, your host Jake. You will have me for the next couple of hours. I hope you're going to stay. Well, so we're going to play some great music, some rock, some metal, some other stuff. So as is usual, I'm going to play the little swears warning just to start us off.
Now, there might be a few naughty words in this song, but we know you'd never repeat them.
There you go, you have been warned. So, this week we started with Hammerfall, and that was Tainted Metal. So, just to wake you up like a nice epic start to a show. So, I'm going to keep that on with another quite energetic track, and this is going to be Gus G with My Will Be Done. There you go, that was Gus G there with My Will Be Done. So, if anybody has not heard this show before, they will be in for a treat. If anybody has heard this show before, well, I'm a request show, so if you want to request me, you can phone me on 012 170 40 185, text me on 075 64 30 30 64, or email me at studio@solihullradio.com. So, what's coming up in the next couple of hours? As I said earlier, we've got some great tracks. First hour is usually a little bit heavier than the second hour. That's where I usually play all my light music. So if you're on Listen Again, that's your thing, feel free to skip to around the hour mark and it will be there. I'll also be having an album of the week later, as well as playing a couple of smaller bands that I find. So actually the next band is a smaller band I found. I found this by mistyping Iron Maiden in on YouTube or something. And this is a band called Iron Mask. And I found one of their music videos and it was actually really quite funny. But in a kind of campy kind of way. Music itself is, nothing to laugh at, but the video was quite good. So this isn't the one I saw the video of. That one is much too long to play on here, but here is Iron Mask with Black as Death. There you go. That was Iron Mask there with Black as Death. I know, quite a morbid sounding thing, but it's. I suppose it's a lot of their stuff seems to be about kind of Revolution era France. So I suppose it kind of works with that setting rather than just being a very depressing song. So next up on my little playlist thing, we have a song by Killswitch Engage, which is called Always. So a little note before I start this is, although it sounds very aggressive, it's a very overwhelmingly positive song, like a lot of their back catalogue, although it sounds very aggressive and evil, and it's not. A lot of the lyrical content is quite uplifting. So this is Always by Killswitch Engage.
Moments of love, so
There you go, that was Killswitch Engage there with Always. So we've got just enough time for one more song before we go to some adverts. And I've chosen a song called 512 by Lamb of God. So this one is a lot more aggressive. So and it's, I think, a lot more less positive than that one, because that was quite an uplifting song. So this is 512 by Lamb of God. There you go, that was a Lamb of God there with 512. So the time has come upon us where I've got to play some ads just to keep the lights on. So if you'll bear with, we'll be back after the ads for some more great music. So I'll see you on the other side.
Thursfields is one of the region's most respected law firms with more than 120 years' experience. Winners of the Chamber of Commerce Excellence in Professional Services Award and High Growth Business of the Year Award. We have over 150 experts working across 8 regional offices, all dedicated to finding you real solutions. Get to know us better at thursfields.co.uk.
Solihullradio.com.
Hi there, I'm Joan Smith and I'm passionate about helping businesses grow. I'm an impartial broker working with experts in all areas of business support. I can support your business through different areas, for example, grants, loans, apprenticeships or training or general business advice. Get in touch via gintro.co.uk. Thanks a million.
Parkview in Shirley is a stunning residential development of 27 two-bedroom apartments. Modern, stylish and luxurious, the exceptionally high-quality properties are centrally located and next to the popular high street, with plenty of bars, restaurants and shops and an enviable view of Shirley Park. Parkview is an ideal home for first-time buyers as it's supported by the Help to Buy scheme and requires just a 5% deposit. Created to exacting standards, the apartments have allocated parking and cycle storage. With prices starting at £190,000, Parkview is superb value for money. For more information and contact details, visit parkviewshirley.co.uk.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
Indian Dream on Dove House Parade, Solihull's premier family-run restaurant offering authentic Indian and Bangladeshi cuisine with fresh ingredients and creative chefs. They can provide bespoke dining experiences, eat in or take away. 0121 704 9058.
Solihull Radio.
So, welcome back. That was Machine Head there with Now I Lay Thee Down. If you've just joined us, welcome. This is the Solihull Radio Rock Show. We'll be having some great music. If anybody wants to request, I'll put the call out again. Ring me on 012 170 40 185. Text me on 075 64 30 30 64. Or email in on studio@solihullradio.com. So, next up on the list, I'm going to be playing a song called Scarlet Letters by Mudvayne. So, here you go.
Beating, but the soul has died. The body's breathing beneath catatonic eyes. The blood is flowing, set it free for demise. I've lost my balance, but God knows I've tried. I don't wanna be here anymore in scarlet letters. Got to do what once was me, once was yours. No more. No more. An uphill battle I failed to climb. Left it all now, and I don't mind. Betrayed and broken, consumed by the lie. Farewell to you all, I'll be fine. Good boy, I don't wanna be here anymore. It's scarlet letters. Got to do what once was me, once was yours. No more. I don't wanna be here anymore. The scarlet letter turned into a piece of me, the piece in you. No more. Do you believe in loss? Do you believe in fate? Do you believe in death? Now that I'm young, forsaking me, ashes to dust, just let me lie. Lay me to rest, I've done my best but lost my sight. Turning my back, leave me alone, let spirit rise. Knives in my back, all of this lost, say goodbye. I don't wanna be here anymore. It's scarlet letters. Got to do what once was me, once was yours. No more. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't wanna be here anymore. The scarlet letters. Carved into what once was me. Once was yours. No more.
That was Mudvayne there with Scarlet Letters. So we have our first request of the evening, and this is for Josh. This is Battle Beast with Eden, so here you go.
I see the darkness in your eyes.
There you go, that was Battle Beast there with Eden for Josh. So I hope you enjoyed that. But, thank you very much for requesting it. The next song I have on my little playlist is one that comes with a bit of an introduction. This is a small band I played a while ago called The Order of Israel. And their first album was kind of a stoner rock kind of idea, but this second album has got a lot of clips from film music and things like that in it. So this one comes with about quite a long introduction, which is just an old horror movie's music. So I thought I'd leave that in for this because it's quite a cool little thing to put in there. So this is Shadow in the Hills by Order of Israel. There you go. That was the Order of Israel there with Shadow in the Hills, which, like I said, I did warn you it had a long introduction. So, hope you enjoyed it all the same. So, we're going to have a chance for a couple more songs before we do the adverts and progress on to the next hour of slightly lighter music. So, the next track I've picked is by POD, and this is their song Satellite.
Look from there to here, no obstruction, the selfish corruption, all in this atmosphere, no fear, less tears, only time to catch my breath, I felt to inhale, your love constricts my chest, confusion blinded me, mentally, physically, and it's because of you, that now I can see, so now I can't run, I'll follow the sun, and ride on to Zion, and dance this last song of freedom, but only time will tell, if it's truly for real, can't change your mind, all I know, this is what I felt. Whether I'm wrong or right, please keep my life inside and never take your eyes off me. As I look up to the sky today, well I can see you looking down on me. It brings a smile to my face again. Satellite. Truly one of a kind, like stars shine beyond nighttime. Are you there? My eyes stare to find just what's behind. Blind ocean of mine, is it genuine? Cause sometimes it plays tricks with my mind. Some call it asinine, but it's like love or hate. Now is that real or fake? Cause it's a real thin line, but that's your choice to make. The question at hand, help me understand, is this your plan? I think I can I think? And I think I can. Because I won't break, and I won't shake. With lifted hands to this man, I'll stand in faith, I'll make it through, my trust in you. Close my eyes, make a wish, kiss the sky, hey there I see you.
There you go, that was POD there with Satellite. So we're going to have one more song before we go to some news, a little bit early, but it's to make room for some more great songs in the second half. So the last song I have picked for this hour is The Underground in America by Pantera. So I'll see you on the other side, I'll see you through the news, and then we'll continue on with some lighter music. So here you go, this is The Underground in America.
Centre at 6. MPs will vote this evening on whether they want to rule out leaving the EU without a deal. Theresa May wants to stop it happening on March the 29th, while there's a separate attempt to prevent it happening at any time. Shadow Brexit Secretary Sir Keir Starmer is backing that.
Labour has always opposed a no-deal outcome. We've repeatedly warned that it would be catastrophic for jobs, for the economy, for security and for peace and prosperity in Northern Ireland.
If MPs do agree they don't want to leave without an agreement, then tomorrow there'll be a vote on delaying Brexit. Earlier in the Commons, the Chancellor's confirmed police forces in England are getting an extra £100 million for overtime so they can tackle knife crime. Economic Secretary to the Treasury, John Glenn, says it's responding to public demand.
I think this reflects the grave public concerns and the operational reality on the ground with our police forces, particularly in the urban areas and in the Met especially.
Philip Hammond also used his spring statement to announce schools in England will have free sanitary products from September. A 32-year-old man's been arrested in Estonia on suspicion of murdering a woman whose body was found in a shallow grave in West London last week. Laurelyn Garcia Bertot's remains were discovered in Kew after she was reported missing. Donald Trump's former campaign chairman's been sentenced to a further 3.5 years in prison on charges relating to Russia's role in the 2016 US election. Paul Manafort's already been given nearly 4 years in jail for tax fraud in a separate case. Full House actress Lori Loughlin is in custody in connection with an alleged university bribing scheme in the US. Desperate Housewives star Felicity Huffman and Loughlin's husband have been released on bail. And The Greatest Showman soundtrack was the world's highest-selling album of last year. The International Federation of the Phonographic Industry says records by South Korean boy band BTS took the second and third spots. That's the latest. I'm Laura Safe.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
Over my eyes
Hello, welcome back to the Solihull Radio Rock Show. If you've just joined us, welcome. If not, welcome back. That was Soundgarden there with Let Me Drown. So we're going to have some lighter music now for the next hour or so. So coming up, we've got our album of the week and another band that you may not have heard of that I think you should have done. So before I start this next hour, I'll put out the call for requests. So if you're listening live and want to request a song, ring me on 0121 70 40 185, text me on 075 64 30 30 64, or email me on studio@solihullradio.com. So this next song we have for you is by a band I've played a couple of times before called Riverside, and this is Discard Your Fear.
Your distorted thoughts closed you in the box and cluttered up your head. Hidden from happiness in your fabled town, you're still afraid of starting something new this life. Discard your fear of the unknown. of the unknown. You're here and now, just find yourself in peace. Try to free your mind, wake up, get unstuck, let it go. Set your shame to nevermore. Let it go. Scare away your fear no more. Fear of new life. Fear of days of the unknown. Fear of new life. Fear of days of the unknown. Fear of new life. Fear of days of the unknown. Fear of new life. No more fear of love.
There you go, that was Riverside there with Discard Your Fear. So, it is now come time for our album of the week. I really should make like an ident for that. But this week's album of the week is October Rust by Type O Negative. Now, this is an album from the 90s that was produced by a gothic metal band. But as you can tell by the time of the show I've put it in, it's not a heavy album. And this was the album they made to try and get laid. And so it's full of kind of, not really love songs, but lighter songs that are more easily accessible. So I'm going to play a few songs off that. So the first one I'm going to play is in keeping with their very kind of unusual ethos, which every now and again they like to poke fun at themselves and not take themselves too seriously while at the same time being fairly serious. So this song I've picked for the first one is My Girlfriend's Girlfriend from Type O Negative's October Rust album.
See
There you go, that was Typo Negative there with My Girlfriend's Girlfriend. As you can tell, they've kind of departed the kind of metal sound for this album. They decided to go for more kind of ballad songs to try and get themselves a more female crowd, I think in a vain attempt to try and get laid. It may have worked, I don't know, but yeah, it's a lot of their songs are quite long on this album, so I can't play majority of the good ones on this show, but I'm going to play a couple more. So the next one I'm going to play is called Be My Druidess. was Be My Druidess there by Type O Negative. So we're going to play one more song, but I'll have a little bit of a spiel before then. So this album was released in 1996. Like I said, it's a 90s kind of album. And an interesting little fact about this is Johnny Kelly is tributed as the drummer on the album, as he was the drummer in the band. However, it's played by a drum machine. Johnny Kelly only played on 2 albums. The rest of them are all a drum machine, and they've had something like 8 albums, I think. Something like that. So he didn't get to play on many. So the next and final song I've got is called Green Man, and this one's an interesting one because it ends really abruptly, and that's used on 2 or 3 tracks where they're meant to kind of blend in together. So here is Green Man. Don't be worried that it cuts off a little bit short. So this was the album of the week, and it's Type O Negative's October Rust. There you go, that was our album of the week. That was October Rust by Typo Negative. That last song you just heard was The Green Man. So moving on to the usual kind of music we're going to have. We've got a song by Vast, who I believe I've played before. And they're quite an interesting group where they combine kind of more acoustic rock with some electronic elements. So this is Thrown Away by Vast. There you go, that was Thrown Away by Vast. So, we've got another request, and this is a request from Janie, and this is for Can't Get Enough by Bad Company. So here you go, Janie, enjoy.
Well, I'll take whatever I want, and baby, I want you.
There you go, that was Can't Get Enough for Janie. I hope that was satisfactory for you. So next up on my little playlist of Doom, we have Dream Theater with Along with the Ride.
This moment words fail me, and my vision's unclear, blind to the truth, like hands reaching out in the darkness. I can't stop the world from turning around, or the pull of the moon on the tide. But I don't believe that we're in this alone. I believe we're along for the ride. I believe we're along for the ride. Through the gift of surrender, I'm embracing the fight.
There you go. That was Dream Theater there with Along for the Ride. So we're coming into the last 20 minutes of the show, so I hope you're still paying attention and listening because we've got some great songs left. So next up, we have a song by Blacklight Burns called Four Walls. Now, anybody who knows this band, which I'm not sure many people will, I don't know how many people have heard of this band, but it features the guitarist of Limp Bizkit as a singer, and it is his kind of alternative rock project rather than his kind of rap metal-driven stuff he does with Limp Bizkit. So this is a really interesting band, I think. So this is Blacklight Burns with Four Walls.
Jugular, cut the vein and kiss it away, kiss it away, kiss it away. Everything that brings me pain. It's not as hard to bend in the end. Let's do it again, do it again, do it again. And this feels so new to be infecting you. These four walls are mystery. I watch the pain feel, but I cannot wait for this dream, 'cause this is not
So that was Blacklight Burns there with Four Walls. So we're going to have a song now that's not exactly the rockiest rock you can get. It's more electronic than rock, but it's still cool and it's still a rock artist. So this is going to be Song of I by Stephen Wilson. So I hope you enjoy this, even though it's probably not kind of the normal stuff you're used to.
true alibi. This is my addiction. You're deep in my system. In my system. I gave it all up. I gave it up to show you that I care. To show you that I could. But don't you ever ask me to give up you.
Gave up all the late nights. I gave up hands and bars. I gave up all the drinking and trashing all the cars. Yeah.
I gave it all up. I gave up all the gambling. I gave up picking fights. I gave up saying sorry. I gave up being polite. I give it up. I give it all up. I give it up. You and mine.
I give it all up.
I give it up. You and mine. I give it up. Give it up. I gave it all up. I give it up. I give it all up. I give it up. You and mine. I give it up. Give it up, you
So that was Song of I there by Stephen Wilson. I hope you enjoyed that, even if it wasn't the rockiest rock I could have played. But we're going to have a couple more classic tracks as a bit of a warm-up to the band I'm going to close with. So the next one I've got is by the band Blue Oyster Cult, and this is Godzilla. There you go, that was Blue Oyster Cult there with Godzilla. So we've got 2 songs left before I have to close the show. So the next one we're going to play is another band fronted by Paul Rogers, who is, of course, the singer of Bad Company, and this is Free with The Worm.
We're sitting on the wall, expecting nobody to call. Yeah, and there ain't no telephone. Then we know we're all alone. Whoa, look around behind your back. Here comes the world.
So that was Free there with The Worm. So it has come to the close of the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've got one last song to play, and I'll play that in a moment. But first, thank you again for listening. If you like what you've heard, head on over to my Facebook page, which is @RockRadioJake, and you can get some updates about the show, as well as a playlist afterwards of what I've played. So the song I would like to finish on is by a band that I think is underappreciated, because I don't think many people have heard of it. It's one I stumbled across myself on a late night kind of YouTube new music binge, and that's a band called Church of the Cosmic Skull. Now this band are kind of, I don't want to call it a joke, but they're little kind of thing is, some bands have like a niche they like to fit into. These guys have used the image of a cult as their little niche. So as a bit of a joke cult, they've called themselves Church of the Cosmic Skull, and this is their song called Evil in Your Eye, and this is the song I'll be playing out on. So thank you and good night.
Touch you and no one can see, no one can save you.